I think I'm right in saying that, as a society, we underestimate tacit knowledge. At least, I'm confident that's true in the organisations that I've worked with. As a quick reminder, tacit knowledge is the stuff that you can't quite explain. Your automatic skills, insights, inductions, inferences. It's the knowledge that you tap into when you hear that funny noise in your car that no one else can, that reading of subtle body language, or that you like a particular style of art. How do you know that you like it? Tacit knowledge is built from a mix of practicing skills, assimilating data, social interactions, good and bad experiences, and plenty more. That knowledge has a big influence on how we live, make decisions, and traverse the world. One of my favourite examples is about Danny Way. Danny Way, a sporting pioneer, was the first person to jump the Great Wall of China on a skateboard. So far, so heavy metal. But the story goes that when he stood at the top of the 20-metre high ramp, he said, "I'm not going to make it." He spoke to the engineers and they put Danny back in his box. "We've done the calculations, it should be fine." Shortly after, Danny jumped and smashed into the landing ramp lip at about 80 kilometres an hour, breaking his ankle. Cue medics, crazy painkillers, numb feet, and on request from Danny, an additional kick ramp of less than 1 metre, and he went on to cleanly jump the wall 5 times, doing some tricks during the last few. So how did he know that it was the wrong height? He just did. The opposite of tacit knowledge is explicit knowledge, and that's the stuff that you can see, write down, explain, and comprehend in a more obvious sense. It's all the words in the books in the library, the documented procedures, and the how-to videos on YouTube. And it is important. We need to agree on things for society to function, and we'd really struggle to engineer anything without visible measurements. Cue AI, and what is apparently an endless well of facts, knowledge, and synthesis that we can exploit. Just pump your data into one of the tech giants, and they can give you analysis, comparison, and insightful conclusions to feed your decisions. Indeed, data-driven approaches to decision-making have been consistently promoted over the years, and if you're trying to decide on the most efficient rocket fuel, design parcel delivery across a country, or plan capacity across a large network, there's a strong argument. But like the engineers of the skateboard ramp, if we major on that kind of thinking, it can belie the truth that there are facts that neither we nor AI can articulate. It's tempting to think otherwise, to think that, like Laplace's demon, his theory on causal determinism, that if we just knew all the facts, we could predict the future. But we can't explicitly know it all, even without chaos theory throwing a spanner in the works, and Danny Way could never tell you exactly how he knew he wouldn't make that jump. And that's the crux. More data doesn't universally mean better decisions, and it's very important to remember that, especially when there's an obsequious AI system trying to convince you that it has your back.